Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm back in the Lake District National Park. It is a classic British autumnal day. It's the beginning of November. It's a bit claggy, it's a bit wet and it's a bit windy. But that's not going to stop us getting out today. I'm heading back up the Old Man of Coniston. I filmed a video going up there about a year ago, but we're going to be going up a different route today. I'm going to be heading up Wetherlam first, which is a Wainwright, and then we're going to head along this ridge here all the way over to Old Man of Coniston. It's a really nice route. It's about 13 kilometers long. Fingers crossed the clag will lift a little bit. I've set off a little bit later in the day. It's currently 11:30 and the forecast is saying it's supposed to clear up this afternoon a little bit, and hopefully that will bring some nice views for you all. So it's the first hike I've been on by myself in about a month. The weather has been absolutely horrific here in the Lake District. We've had awful flooding. It's rained pretty much every single day I've had off work. Earlier on the week I had 2 days off and it did not stop raining for 3 days straight here. And like I said, it was pretty bad floods in areas, and yeah, it's been a bit of a wild few weeks here in the Lake District, but we've lucked out a little bit today because it's supposed to clear up a little bit, so it should be a good day out. The Lake District has transitioned into its autumnal colours over the past month. It is beautiful. Although the weather has battered a lot of the orange and golden leaves off the trees, it's still very beautiful at the moment. All the brackens died back and it just really transforms the landscape, and I love this time of year. Although we've not had the weather that we had last autumn, we had a lot of blue sky, crisp days, stunning weather to be out hiking. We haven't really had any of that, but yeah, I still love getting out this time of year. I like it when it gets a bit wilder, and hopefully we'll get some good winter conditions soon. I'm hoping for the route to take me about 4 hours. Just going to be going at a nice steady pace. So like I said, we're heading up to Weatherlam first. I will leave this route in the description as always, and I'll probably leave a shorter route that just does Weatherlam as well, if you're interested in doing that. So yeah, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it, and I really do hope we get some views, but sometimes it's good to have a claggy day out because it makes those clear days all the sweeter. I'll catch up with you around the summit of Weatherlam, and hopefully we'll be looking at some sort of a view. So I'm just coming off Wetherlam. The weather has actually got worse since setting off, despite the forecast saying it was going to clear up and potentially get some sunny spells. I got quite wet on the last sort of few hundred metres of ascent up to Wetherlam. However, I've just turned around now and it's blue sky up there, so the weather can't make its mind up today. It is bitterly cold up here. Down in the valley it was 13 degrees, quite mild. Up here there's a real chill in the wind. I'm sorry if the wind is making a racket on the camera. Blowing a bit of a hoolie up here. We've had intermittent breaks with little snippets of nice views looking over the surrounding fells, but on the whole it's been very claggy so far. Oh, honestly, that is typical. Look at that big blob of blue sky above Weatherlam. So I've just done the little descent off there. Haven't seen many people up here at all. It's a lot less popular than Old Man of Coniston. I'm sure when we get onto the path just beneath Coniston it's going to get pretty busy, as it's a very popular fell here in the Lake District. I'm heading over to Swale Howe now, which is another Wainwright, and then we'll head over to Old Man of Coniston. I've got a little bit of a break from the wind here. I mean, oh, look at that, that's a good view down there. So we're looking down into sort of the Langdale Valley over there, and this I believe is Piker Blisco. So yeah, we are getting some views, and the sun did come out for a little while, but that's a really nice view down into the valley. And that's the nice thing about when it is claggy, when you finally do get a view, it looks incredible. And you forget how stunning it can be up here when the skies are clear. So we've done 5.5 kilometres now, so we're nearly halfway through the route, and you can see it's cleared up actually a little bit ahead. We're going up to Swale Howe here. This is a little bit of a technical section going up there. It is a little bit hands-on and yeah, a bit rocky and slippy on a day like today, so we'll be taking care going up. It shouldn't be too bad going up, and then we'll head along the ridge to Old Man, and then we're going to drop directly back down into the valley, back down to the copper mine where we started today's route today. Oh, look at that. It is trying to clear up now. Quite a nice view down into the valley, really. Hopefully that sort of bad weather that came in, that's the last of it for the day, and it'll stay a bit drier, and hopefully this clag will clear a little bit when we get to Old Man of Coniston. There's a very high chance we won't get a view up there, but you never know. So I'm going to crack on and I'll try and catch up with you around Old Man of Coniston. It will be very busy around there, so it might be when I'm further down into the valley, but I'll show you the views that I do get. Although the weather is a bit grim, I'm still having a great time, feel very alive right now. Oh, it just feels good to breathe in that fresh mountain air. It's been way too long since I've been up in the fells, way too long, so yeah, having a great time. So I've just come off the beaten track a little bit, as I've now joined onto the most popular way up and down from Coniston, and I'm now looking at easily the best view of the day. Check that out. The sun is shining down on the village of Coniston, and you can see Coniston water down there. Stunning view. If I was to show you the view on the other side of this little lump that I'm sat behind, you'd be looking at a completely clag covered Coniston. Unfortunately, it never really cleared whilst I was going up there. However, we still had some really cool cloud formations. In particular, when I actually got to the summit near the trig point, there was a big band of blue sky that you could see, and it was kind of cool. I haven't really seen a cloud formation like that on the summit of a mountain in the lakes before. So yeah, that was nice, something a bit different. And it's really nice now to get this absolutely stunning view to finish the walk off. So like I said, I've joined onto the main tourist path now, so it's really busy. So yeah, I've just had to come off to the side to film this little bit where I'm talking to you. The route from Wetherlam over to Coniston was, as I said, a little bit technical. That little ridge that you have to go up that you'll have seen between Weatherlam and Coniston is quite rocky and slippy, and once you hit the ridge line it then becomes a lot easier, and there's nice footpaths all the way over to the summit of Old Man. It is quite easy to take the wrong path on that ridge line, as there are quite a few footpaths leading off in different directions, so you need to be careful with your navigation on that ridge. I've gone wrong before on there, where I ended up taking a path too far down to the right when I needed to stay on the top of the ridge line. So yeah, just something to bear in mind if you're going to do that bit of the route. Still absolutely loving it, and it's so nice to get a lovely view down into the valley now, because I think we deserve that, because we've been in the clag for quite a while now. And yeah, I'll show you again, because it really is quite beautiful, that view. So for the rest of the route, we're just going to drop down the tourist path. Really interesting route. There's lots of old mines and old buildings that are kind of falling down a bit, but it's really cool to see some old mine shafts. And then we'll drop down to the main bit of the copper mine down in the valley and just head back down along the river, back down into the village again. It's quite a steep descent, a bit rocky, a bit slippy, so you just need to be a little bit careful on the tourist path. But yeah, it's very well marked and very well trodden. Lots of people are on it today, and it is a busy one on the weekend in particular. Today is a Saturday, hence why it's so busy. I'll catch up with you once more when I'm back down at the car. And yeah, I think we're going to get some really nice views back down to the valley now. I think there's about 3 or 4k left to do now, so not too far. Should be back down the valley in about an hour. So I've made it back down to the copper mine road now, and just in time really. It goes dark in about 45 minutes, which is kind of crazy because it only feels like a few weeks ago it was the middle of summer and going dark at about 9 o'clock. So the nights are coming in where you have to start thinking about getting out early for your bigger mountain days. But a stunning day out in the Coniston Fells. Had a great time, honestly. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, it's the first time I've been out in a month, I think due to the weather, and also I haven't really felt like it that much recently due to a lot of reasons, but I feel so good today for getting out. And even this morning when I woke up, I looked out the window, it was drizzling. I was thinking, ugh, don't know if I want to do this. Shall I just have a day in and do nothing? But yeah, sometimes when you're really not feeling something and maybe your head's in a bit of a weird place, sometimes the hardest thing to do is just actually leaving the house and getting in the car. Once you've done that, you're committed, you get here and you do it, and you always feel better once you've got out in the hills. Sometimes it is good to have a break, have a relax, you know, have a chill, especially when the weather's bad. Like, it can be quite miserable and dangerous out in the hills when the weather's bad. But on a day like today, getting out, it's only going to make you feel better. And I've had a great day, feel so energized and motivated. Even though my legs are tired, my mind feels fantastic right now. Brilliant route, highly recommend doing it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'll put in a couple of different routes. I'll do one that just does Wetherlam, I'll do one that just does Coniston, and I'll put the one I've done today, so you have a bit of a selection. I have done another video on Old Man of Coniston, and there's some really nice views on that one, so if you want to see some better views and see a different route, that video is about a year old now, so you'll be able to find that on the channel somewhere. And now I'm going to walk down to the pub because Hev has been in Coniston for a week. She's doing a mountain medicine masters at uni at the moment, and she's just done a week's course in Coniston, doing expedition and mountain medicine, doing high altitude training, loads of really exciting stuff. So I haven't seen her for a week, and she just ran past me. However, I was on one side of the river and she was on the other, so we couldn't give each other a big hug because, yeah, I've missed her a lot this week. So we're going to go down to the pub and have a good catch up, which will be really nice. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions on the route at all, let me know in the comments. There are a few technical bits, and something to bear in mind in the coming months is taking, you know, warmer layers, extra clothing, looking at the weather forecast. So more than ever, it's really important to do the right preparations if you're going out for a hike in somewhere like the Lake District. I have done some videos on what I take out for a day hike, so the stuff I've got in my bag right now, and I've also done a video on the clothes that I will wear and take with me when I'm out on winter hiking. So those two videos are really handy if you're getting into hiking, starting with some lower fells, wondering what you need in your bag or layers, or if you're just interested as to what I take with me and what I wear. Those videos are really useful. So thank you so much for watching the video, and thank you so much for all the love and support on the channel. The past few videos I've had so many lovely supportive comments. I had a bit of a break a month ago or so, didn't upload anything for nearly a month, but we're back on it now, back to regular uploading. So yeah, thank you so much for all the continued support. It really does mean the world. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.